Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And today we are playing Street Fighter Alpha. The first of what would be 3 games in the Alpha series, also known as Street Fighter Zero in other parts of the world. And, it's my opinion, this is one of the most beautifully animated Street Fighter games of them all. It just, every background, every character is a work of art. It's just such a beautifully put together game. And it's quite good fun as well. So let's get into it. So story wise, this game is set between Street Fighter 1 and 2. So we are going to be playing as Ken today, because we did Ryu last time, so we'll do Ken today. So our first battle is Sodom. Sodom was originally introduced in the Final Fight series as a boss. And there's a lot of crossover with the Alpha games. They are, I think, supposed to be set about the same time as the original Final Fight. So you have quite a few of the characters from Final Fight showing. Like Guy is a playable character in this as well. And then later on, I think Alpha 3, Cody, who was also from Final Fight, shows up. Yeah, there's quite a lot of crossover. So, round 1 to Ken. And Sadom's quite a funny character because he is, you know, he's dressed like a samurai, but basically he's an American who has an unhealthy obsession with Japanese culture, and all of his like wind taunts and things like that are just mispronunciations of Japanese. So it's quite funny, especially now that I've studied Japanese and I actually know what he's trying to say and what he's actually saying. So it's fun. Oh, nice super combo to finish. There we go. Okay, on to the second fight. Charlie Nash. Known as Charlie in the European versions, known as Nash in the Japanese versions. And eventually they just settled on calling him Charlie Nash, just to kind of end the debate once and for all as to who was actually what the character's real name actually was. So he is Guile's friend, who Guile references in Street Fighter 2 as being murdered by M. Bison, and that's why he's after M. Bison. And rather infamously in the Street Fighter live-action movie, they mixed up Charlie and Blanca and made them the same character, effectively. Which was kind of embarrassing. But that movie's good fun, though. It's worth watching just for Raul Julia as Bison. He is... yeah. It was his last movie. He knew it was going to be his last movie, and he went all in on it. He really just gave it his all. It was spectacular to watch. Two can play that game, Charlie. If I can get the input right. Oops. May have to settle for just a regular knockout here. Oh dear. Got careless. Now it's 1-1. Okay, and get your act together here. Oh dear. Might have to use a continue here. Ooh, right, we're losing a continue. That's alright. We'll get it. I got a bit too cocky there, messing around with the special moves and things when I should have just focused on finishing the fight. Yeah, Ken now has an air throw. There we go. 1-0. Much better. Now, one of the interesting aspects of Street Fighter Alpha is that each character fights a predetermined list of characters, including a last boss. So each character has their own sort of personal last boss, as in a character they've got a personal issue with. So, like, for example, Ryu and Ken are friends but rivals, so their last boss is them fighting each other. This level is one of my favourites because it's just it really does just look like the convenience store at the end of my street. It's so it's called in the game it's called Sun and it's a green sign, but this is an amalgamation of two different convenience stores in Japan. There's Family Mart, which has a green and white sign of that colour, and there's Lawson, which is blue and white but uses that font. So there you go. And also, you know, there's a bento shop there selling boxed lunches in the background. There's a post office. There's all kinds of little things here. It's great. Two schoolgirls there, of course. Funnily enough, very rarely do the schoolgirls in Japan actually dress like that. It's only really when they've got sort of school events that they'll dress like that. And you see the traffic lights there, which are, you know, in my opinion, red and green, but my Japanese friends would say red and blue. For some reason, they consider that the green light is actually a blue light in Japanese. Aoi Shingo, as in blue light. I keep saying, no, it's green, but it's just something we'll have to agree to disagree on. Anyway, why am I talking about traffic lights when I'm playing Street Fighter? Oh dear. The things I get up to. Right. Oh, he just jumped right through my fireball there. Of course, you got vending machines in the background there as well. That was something a running joke in Japan, that you'll never go more than about 50 yards without seeing a vending machine. Trouble here, yeah. Guy was persistent there. Oh well, we'll go again. I haven't played Alpha as much as I've played the original Street Fighter 2, so I'm a wee bit rusty here. You'll have to bear with me. Now, that building there with the old lady standing out front of it, that is a bathhouse. That kanji on the front there, U, which actually means hot water. Oh, U is hot water. So, there you go. Now you know. And knowing's half the battle. It's funny how convenience stores just haven't really changed since the 90s. I mean, even the sign there that says copies 10 yen, I think they still are 10 yen at my local convenience, because Japan has had pretty much zero inflation since the mid-90s, so there's another irrelevant fact for you. Ah, I done that too early. let's see if we can get a throw here. No. Okay. He's a tricky customer guy. Likes his combos, as you can see. Ah, 1-1. Wow. Oops. Bad timing there. He's going to do that again. Yeah. He always does that spinning kick in groups of 2 or 3. One more hit and he's down. There we go. Wasn't pretty, but we got there. Chun-Li. Another thing I like about Alpha is if you listen to the background music, it's for legacy characters from Street Fighter 2, it's remixes of their background music from that game, even though it's obviously a different stage. Because Chun-Li's original stage was a Chinese village, whereas this is the Great Wall. But the music is a remix of that same theme. I think it's Alpha 2 where you actually have Chun-Li fighting in what looks like Tiananmen Square, which is kind of interesting. Probably controversial as well. Chun-Li's costume is a bit different here as well. She's not showing as much leg as she was in Street Fighter 2. And there is actually a story reason for that. It's because this game was a few years earlier and she's supposed to be still in training at this point, hence the sports shoes and the sports pants as opposed to the dress. At least that's what I've read anyway. Could be complete nonsense, I don't know. Again, just look at that background. Absolutely beautiful. This is such a fun game to play, just to play the game. The game plays really well, but just the experience of like just looking at it all as well is just great fun. Uh-oh, yeah. She got me there. No, I continue. Haha. Stick with Ken. Okay, here we go. Okay, off to a better start this time. Much better. Whoa, that was powerful. Yeah, just blocked that. This is going to be a close one. Ah, Chun-Li got it with a combo. Nope, she did well there. Caught me out. So much of Street Fighter play from Street Fighter 2 onwards is about trying to anticipate what your opponent's going to do. It really is. It's such a layered game. You know, it's only a two-dimensional fighting game with each character only has maybe 4 or 5 special moves maximum, but there is so much strategy to it. It's such a deep game. Definitely one of the greatest game series of all time, not just fighting games, but games in general. Right, I really shouldn't lose it from here, but I might. Uh-oh. Right, one more hit. Come on, Ken. Oh, finally. That was a close one. Again, I had to anticipate and take the gamble that she was going to launch a fireball there, and luckily she did. Adon. Much like his Street Fighter 1 appearance, he still has an extremely punchable face. He isn't quite as frustrating to fight this time around, thankfully. Took me a good 20 minutes to beat him in Street Fighter 1 when I did that on the channel. He was actually, I think, more difficult than the last boss, Sagat. Sagat, it was just about land 2 Hadokens on him and you were done, but Adon was more complicated. So you notice that we're at the foot of the Buddha statue here, quite literally the foot. The feet. But actually from Alpha 2 onwards, it was changed and you thought from a different perspective, because apparently, and you know, again, I can't confirm this, is just what I've read in various publications. In Thailand, it's a cultural faux pas to show the soles of your feet, so they decided to change this background because they didn't want to offend people that were actually from Thailand. Don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've read. But again, it just speaks to the art of this game. Every level has its own kind of story to tell, and so do a lot of the characters. Birdie, another Street Fighter 1 alumni coming back. And here we are fighting in the Colosseum. And if you've ever seen the movie Way of the Dragon, this will be very familiar to you, because it's basically an exact recreation of the place where Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris have the final fight of that movie. It's funny how Chuck Norris then was in his 20s and he looked maybe about 40, but then he got to about 45 and he just kind of stopped aging. He hasn't really aged since. Guy looks the same now as he did in the 80s. He must be right good age now, Chuck Norris. I mean, I'd imagine he must be into his 80s by now. Still practices martial arts regularly though, apparently, from what I read. Seems like an all-round decent guy as well. Does a lot of charity work and things. Anyway, enough about Chuck Norris. Back onto this. Couple of little cats in the background as well. Cat cameos are always welcome. Definitely on my bucket list. I've never been to Rome. Definitely want to visit it. I used to study Roman history a lot when I was in school, and it always fascinated me. I've become more interested in Greek history as I've got older, but Rome and Greece are two places I really want to spend some time in and explore. Okay, Birdie is down. Oh, also there's the issue of Birdie now being black, which he wasn't in Street Fighter 1, but that was just a retcon. Don't know why they did it, doesn't really have any story reference. But, Sagat. Sagat moves a lot slower in this game than he did in Street Fighter 2. But he's still dangerous, so you gotta be careful. But as you see, his movement speed and his projectiles are a lot slower, but his special moves are pretty dangerous. However, that Tiger Uppercut offers a great chance for countering if he doesn't land it. And he's very susceptible to that kick combo. 1-0. Oops. Again, you notice the music is a remix of Sagat's Street Fighter 2 theme. Oh, I was just about to do my super there. Okay, 1-1. There we go. Perfect. This should hopefully finish him off. There we go, he's down. Little lasso there indicates that I finished him with a throw. Now our last boss is Ryu. And we're back at the convenience store. So, friendly little chat. Ryu and Ken remain on good terms throughout the series. Although they're definitely rivals and one always wants to beat the other. There used to be numerous kind of rumours about which character was better, saying, Ryu had a faster fireball, but Ken had like a better, a longer reaching dragon punch, whatever. Up until Super Street Fighter 2, they were the same character. All their moves were the same. It was from Super Street Fighter 2 that they diversified. They gave Ryu a better Hadouken and they gave Ken the burning dragon punch. So before Super Street Fighter 2, they were the same character in every way. Apart from, I think, Ken's leg throw had a bit more flourish to it, and that was it. Oh, that seems a little unfair. Oh well, it is the last boss, I suppose. Ah. Oh well, we're doing that again. Notice that the graphic there is a Z, even though the game is called Street Fighter Alpha. That's a hangover from the Japanese original where it was called Street Fighter Zero. I think they realised that in Europe, Zero didn't really make much sense because it was set after Street Fighter 1, but not before Street Fighter 2, so you couldn't really call it Zero. Calling it 1.5 would probably made more sense, but it doesn't sound as cool. Ryu is giving me an absolute kick in here. Oof. Okay. Slight advantage here, but it could go either way. Oh, perfect timing with that. Now, uh-oh. Ah, oh dear. Got too confident there. Right. We go again. We are going to finish this. Isn't it funny there where Ryu says to Ken, "You still training?" Imagine if Ken said, "No, no, I'm just here. Let's go for a beer." You know? Forget the fighting. Be quite an anticlimactic end to the game. It's just Ken and Ryu sitting outside the convenience store having an Asahi. Uh-oh. 1-0 down. Oh, nice. There we go. Not quite enough to finish him, though. Oh, come on now. That's a bit unfair. There we go. Got him. 1-1. Got closer that time though. Right, let's just finish this. It's been fun, Ryu, but I've got things to do today. Can't waste all time on you, friend. Ryu was not taking any prisoners there. There we go. Ah. All right, here we go again. There we go, 1-0. Good old leg sweep for the win. Uh-oh. Ah, I didn't quite connect with that. It's okay. Oh, I got lucky there. I got lucky with Ryu was a bit overzealous, but that's enough to get the win. So as you can see, they are still friends. Oh, someone has challenged Ken. Who is that, I wonder? Ha 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 ha. Ah, so that's how Ken met Eliza, who of course he would later marry at the end of Street Fighter 2. So, nice little bit of background there. So a nice little showcase of all the characters and these, as I said before, these gorgeous backgrounds here. That train yard area was is a reused, well, it's a reworking of a background from Street Fighter 1. It was one of the first backgrounds where you fought on the American track. Chun-Li is cute as ever. Yeah, Bison isn't playable in this game unless you use a code, and also I think you have to only certain characters will get to fight him as their last boss. And we're top of the leaderboard. So that was Street Fighter Alpha: Warrior's Dreams. Hope you enjoyed that. Please stay tuned here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. More retro gaming content coming up very soon. If you did enjoy this, please subscribe to the channel and let me know if there's a Street Fighter Alpha character you would like to see me play through as again. I really enjoyed getting back into this game, and I certainly wouldn't mind playing some more, making some more videos on it if you guys are interested, so let me know. Till then, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.